Donald Trump isn't going anywhere. I promise you, Donald, if you think Donald Trump is going to go gently into that good night, think again. He's just getting started. I don't know what's going to happen in D.C. tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen with this pushback against the goofy, sleazy, mysterious way the election rolled out. I know he's not going anywhere. Anywhere. I watched this interview yesterday. I couldn't believe my eyes. I could not believe. Here's Brad Raffensperger. This guy's a Republican who clearly leaked his conversation about the Georgia election to the Washington Post. Listen to Martha MacCallum with the Georgia Secretary of State yesterday afternoon on Fox News.
But I'm just very curious. We are 24 hours away from an election. So what was the discussion? You say you didn't realize that the phone call was recorded. At what point did you become aware that the phone call was recorded? And tell us about the decision to release the phone call, the audio of the phone call, to the Washington Post.
I think it was after Sunday when the Twitter came out. I didn't see it, or anyway, I became aware of it. And anyway, so that's... recording is out there, and now people can look at what was the entirety of the comments that were said, and then they can see what he said versus what I said.
But were you consulted, and did you okay the release of the phone call? Did you say, okay, let's go ahead and release the audio of the phone call?
The information's out there, and it is what it is.
That's not an answer to my question. Are you going to answer my question? Were you aware of the decision, and were you in favor of the decision to release the phone call, sir?
I think that we had to respond to the president's Twitter, and we responded with the facts that were in the call, and that's how it got out there. So now the world can just see what was in there. They can make up their own decisions, listen to the whole thing, both sides of the aisle, right down the middle, and they can make their own decisions.
That's the never Trump derangement in a nutshell right there. The hatred, and if you don't think it, listen to this. He doubles down. Senator Perdue has been very worried about the Georgia election process for some time. Listen to Raffensperger's response when Martha MacCallum asks Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, about David Perdue.
I just want to ask you once again to respond specifically to Senator Perdue, who said that he thought it was inappropriate and disgusting to release this audio. How do you respond to him on that charge?
Senator Perdue still owes my wife an apology for all the death threats she got after he asked for my resignation. And I've not heard one peep from that man since. And he wants to call me face-to-face, man-to-man. I'll talk to him off the record, but he hasn't done that.
Call you face-to-face, off the record, man-to-man? How man-to-man are you? How big a man are you? Releasing a recorded phone call with the president to the Washington Post. Are you serious? You see what the swamp is all about? Do you see what these backstabbing weasels are capable of? Here was Senator Perdue. I had a chance to talk to him today on this runoff day. This was from my conversation with Senator Perdue about this weasel, Brad Raffensperger.
Well, he just did some things in the state this year with Stacey Abrams and consent decree and all that I began to take issue when we saw the irregularities in the November election. We didn't get answers. Kelly Loeffler and I called for his resignation. Look, Mike, I don't condone any threats on anybody. But his contention that somehow I owe him an apology for that is just misguided. I issued that request for his resignation because of incompetence, basically. But my concern is really that we get to some answers and we fix this in Georgia.
That's Senator David Perdue on the Mike Gallagher Show. Let's get your reaction to all of it. 1-800-655-MIKE. What do you make of this soap opera in Georgia? What do you make of what Raffensperger said? What did you make of Senator Perdue's response? 1-800-655-MIKE. We have an open line for you. Your voice, your call, your perspective coming up.